Axe's approach to marketing has been one of the most unique and brilliant campaigns in history, but their marketing genius has been shrouded by what appears to just be a cheap tactic, advertising sex. But what made Axe successful was not what they were advertising. Instead, it was who they were advertising to and how they did it by ignoring all social rules of delicacy. Love them or hate them, Axe is a beautifully consistent brand. Their marketing style matches their product perfectly. Just like their cheap, almost overpoweringly fragrant body spray that punches you in the mouth with its stench, Axe is marketed to the male ego with one singular thought. Men, especially pubescent boys, don't understand subtlety. In fact, it may never be possible to be clear enough. And so, while other cologne brands were timidly dancing around the notion that men wear fragrances to get women, Axe decided to skip the foreplay and go for the jugular. Their brand won't make you slightly less smelly, slightly more classy, or make you fall in love. Their brand will get you laid. And not just by one woman, but as many women as you want. And no six-pack required. You can be the biggest loser in school, but the second you spray on Axe body spray, you become a chick magnet so powerful it would make James Bond jealous. All for the low price of $4.99. But before they launched in America in 2002 as a bottled sex pheromone, Axe had to figure out who they stood for. After all, if you try to appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one. So in efforts of figuring out the perfect audience for their over-the-top marketing campaign, they decided to do a study. Axe took nearly 100 men out to bars and watched them try to pick up girls, trying to classify different kinds of potential Axe consumers. They eventually realized that their target audience would not be the already confident male. They didn't need help getting women. They would sell to the awkward, acne-faced average Joe who didn't have a chance, the kind of guy who blushes at the mere thought of approaching his crush. The technical term for their audience was the insecure novice. And you can see this play out in their ads. Up until now, brands like Old Spice and colognes had always cast male models to get the female model, but not Axe. They decided that with their body spray, the dorky male would get the female model. They casted anybody except the stereotypical hunk. It was the kid with glasses, the average guy who's on an unlucky streak. But as for the female lead, they applied their enough is never enough rule and swan dove into the deep end of the nerd's fantasy life. They consistently cast the perfect 10 Amazonian bikini-clad female lead who doesn't care that Axe hasn't transformed you into a hunk. You don't need to be a hunk when you can smell like a $5 can of Axe. And this has worked beautifully. For a long time, and even right now, Axe has had the lion's share of the male fragrance industry, with the only real casualty being high school hallways everywhere. But the way they did it wasn't just selling sex. Axe reinvented how to sell sex and who to sell it to.